A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
COSTELLO program brought to you by Camel, the cigarette that's first in the service according to actual sales records. See if your throat and your taste don't make Camel a first with you, too. Find out for yourself. Listen to the great rhythms of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the swingy singing of Connie Haynes. And this being Thanksgiving Day, we recall this touching scene. As the good ship Mayflower landed at Plymouth Rock, the captain shouted to the Indian chief,
Costello, do you realize it's 7 o'clock? Where have you been?
Oh, Abbott, I just came from your house. And have I got news for you?
What is it?
Your cat just had chicken.
My cat had chicken?
Yep.
My cat had chicken?
Yep.
You mean kittens. Cats don't have chicken.
What was that you brought home in a paper bag last night?
Chickens.
Well, your cat just had them.
You mean that cat ate my chickens?
He swallowed the chickens, bag and all.
Why didn't you take them away from him?
You know me, Abbott. I ain't the type that would let the bag out of the cat.
I
read that wrong, huh?
Well, I've got plenty of other food around the house.
Well, by the way, Abbott.
What?
Being that this is Thanksgiving Day,
yes,
I hate to think of you eating alone.
What do you mean?
What do you say to having Thanksgiving dinner with me?
Well, why, that's mighty fine of you, Costello.
Good.
At what time?
8 o'clock at your house.
Oh, no. You'll get no turkey at my house.
Then how about a little duck?
Duck?
Yeah, that's a chicken with snowshoes on.
Hey, look. I'm sorry, Costello. You can't come to my house for Thanksgiving. I'm having a dinner for the Snooty set.
Oh, the Snooty set.
You heard me.
No, I'm not good enough to eat with pigs.
No. Will you listen to me, please?
I'm listening.
Tonight I'm entertaining a few of the 400.
A few of the 400?
Yes.
That's 800 altogether.
No. Just the 400.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's your line.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
just because they weigh a little more than me, that don't make them any better than I am.
No, talk sense, please. I couldn't have you at my house. This is going to be a very classy affair. Why, I have a little silver tray to brush the crumbs on.
Crumbs?
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Don't you have crumbs at your table?
Sure, Abbott. You're welcome anytime.
There you go. You have absolutely no finesse.
No what?
I said you have no finesse.
What would I do with a furnace? In California, you don't need a furnace. If it's cold, we turn on the gas heater.
All right, Costello. I didn't say...
Or the radiator.
I didn't say...
He's getting like boy,
All right, look, please.
Furnace.
All right. I didn't say furnace in the first place. I said finesse. Look.
You don't know what you're saying.
All right, you're getting me all mixed up here. Look, I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me, please. Your table manners are terrible. The last time you had dinner at my house, you did nothing but reach across the table and grab for the food.
Well, what was wrong with that?
What was wrong with that? You've got a tongue, haven't you?
Yeah, but I can reach further with my arm.
There you go again, Costello. You see, you know nothing at all about the proper way to eat. You have no etiquette.
I got no what?
You have no etiquette.
Etiquette?
Yes, you heard me.
You don't even know how to say the word etiquette.
Yeah.
You don't.
What do you mean?
You mean antiquity.
No. It's etiquette.
Well, etiquette and antiquity, it's the same thing.
All right,
anyway.
so what?
Well, I'll go out and I'll buy one of them books on etiquette by Emily Pillar.
Emily Pillar?
Yeah.
That's Emily Post.
Okay, I'll read the both of them.
Both of them.
I'll go from pillar to post.
Well, you should read that book, Costello. It will tell you a lot of things. For instance, which is proper to use when eating peas, a fork or a spoon?
I don't use either one.
Well, how do you eat your peas?
Oh, I just slide my lower lip under the plate and bank the peas off the mashed potatoes. Sometimes the mashed potatoes goes in my ear.
Yes, I can imagine.
Sloppy, huh?
Yeah. Costello, you haven't got the brains of a 2-year-old child.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Look at the difference in our ages.
The way you act, I could never have you at my table.
Look, Abbott, if you know so much about manners, just answer me this one thing.
What is it?
Which hand do you stir your coffee with?
I stir my coffee with my right hand.
That's funny. Most people use a spoon.
That's no laughing. Now, that settles it, Costello.
You ain't got no etiquette.
Yeah, that settles everything. I was just about to break down and invite you for dinner. But now you had to be a smart aleck, didn't you?
Wait a minute, Abbott.
Yeah, you did.
Wait a minute.
Now?
You're my old pal.
I can't help it.
You can't do this to me.
Well, I did.
You gotta invite me to dinner on Thanksgiving. I ain't got no place to go.
I'm sorry.
You can't let your old French dog... Look at me, Abbott.
Yeah.
I only weigh 90 pounds now.
90 pounds? Why, you're 56 inches around the waist.
Yeah, but I'm hollow.
All right, look. All right. You can come to dinner, Costello. But you'll have to make yourself useful. Now, get there early and wait on the table.
Well, why should I wait on the table? Why can't I wait in Apollo with the rest of the people?
No, you dummy. I
don't want to sit on your table waiting.
I want you to help with the serving. Now, the first course will be hors d'oeuvres. Of course, you know what hors d'oeuvres are.
Yeah, that's French for leftovers.
No. Costello, hors d'oeuvres are snacks. Now, you take care of the ladies first. It's up to you to see that each lady gets a snack.
Are their husbands going to be there?
Certainly.
Then I ain't going to do it.
What? Do what?
I ain't going to go around snacking the ladies. Their husbands are liable to come around and snack me.
On second thought, you'd better stay out in the kitchen and help with the oyster dressing.
Why, Abbott.
What's the matter?
What you said.
What's wrong?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talking that way to a boy of my age.
What do you mean?
I'm just at the age of picking things up like that.
Well, what's wrong?
Why, it's a good thing my mother isn't here. Oh, the shame of it all.
What are you talking about?
How dare you ask me to help with the oyster dress?
What do you mean?
Now, look at it. I didn't mind when you said I had to wait for you on a table. And I was only mildly surprised when you asked me to snack all the ladies, especially in front of their husbands. But when you have the nerve to ask me to go out in the kitchen and dress a bunch of naked oysters, you not only humilify me, but you have impugned on my good name.
Tomorrow on the back cover of Life magazine, you'll see a very stirring set of pictures under the title Pair of Aces Back to Back. A Navy Dauntless dive bomber attacking a Japanese carrier. Notice, too, the pair of flyers, the pair of aces in the lower left-hand corner. And read the words they're saying. I quote, Camel's our cigarette. Suits the throat and the taste to a T. Unquote.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camels, they're aces with the aces. Could be with you, too. Here is Freddie Rich with Java Junction.
Costello, you have to cut out that singing in the kitchen. You're disturbing the guests.
Well, Abbott, I always sing when I'm making sour milk biscuits.
Sour milk biscuits?
Sure.
We haven't got any sour milk.
Well, you will have when I get through singing. And Mammy's little baby loves shotgun.
All right,
Nelsonetti better save his money.
all right, look. Cut that out. Look, what are you doing there? What's all that stuff you're putting in?
How to do it.
What did she say?
First, I got to put in 2 tubs of butter.
2 tubs of butter?
Sure, it says right here in the cookbook. Butter, 2 TBS tubs.
That's tablespoons.
I threw them in, too.
You threw... what else did you put in there?
I put in some flour, salt, baking powder, and 3 gullops of molasses.
3 gullops? What are gullops?
You know, Abbott, when you pour the molasses out of the jug, it goes gullop, gullop, gullop. I put in 3 of those.
Look, Costello, I don't want you to do any cooking. I've got a chef coming here to take care of that. I thought you'd be out here singeing the feathers off the goose.
Doing what?
Singeing. Don't you know how to singe?
Sure, I know how to singe. I was singeing when you came in. My name is Rita, baby.
No.
I'm a good singer.
Yeah, no. Singeing gets the down off the goose. Didn't you ever get down off a goose?
Oh. Did you read that right?
Yeah. Well, didn't you?
Did I ever what?
Didn't you ever get down off a goose?
No, I got down off a horse.
No.
I never rode a goose. That was fictional.
Oh, thank goodness. Here comes the chef.
Cooking ay madiende.
Kitzel, don't tell me that you're the cook.
Could be, yes. You know something over in Paris? I am known as the famous French chef Pierre Rene.
You're the great Rene?
That I am, yes.
Then what are you doing in California?
Oh, I always come here in the Rene season.
The Rene season?
Yes.
This guy's a washout.
Never mind that, Costello. Look, we've got to get my Thanksgiving dinner cooked, please. Kitzel, you'll find all the utensils in that big cupboard over there.
Oh, P657 utensils. Who needs your utensils? I brought along my own pot.
That's the first pot I ever saw with a belt around it.
Costello, please, keep out of this. Kitzel, do you know anything about cooking game?
Do I know how to cook game? Why, I'm cooking the finest pinochle you ever tasted.
You cook pinochle?
Sure, pinochle and sauerkraut.
Oh.
Look, Kitzel, I don't want to get personal, but why don't you pull in your tongue? Nobody ordered cold cuts.
Ooh.
Look, never mind that, Costello. Kitzel, get busy, please, and get the dinner ready.
No. Just a second, my little man. Don't get excited. First, I got to open my little bag and get out my chisels and saws.
What chisels and saws?
Chisels and cranberry sauce.
You know, Kitzel, it's too bad you didn't bring your monkey wrench.
Well, for goodness sake, what would I be doing with a monkey wrench?
Well, you could tighten the nuts on a fruitcake.
Oh.
Costello, please. Will you get busy and help Kitzel? I'm going into the living room and see if any of my guests have arrived yet. Sebastian! Shut off that radio! Shut it off! My Sebastian.
Well, I just come over to help you out, Uncle Bud, and I thought the guests would like some nice romantic music.
Romantic music?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that tiger isn't romantic music.
It is to another tiger.
All right. Now, look, Sebastian, if you're going to hang around here, you'll have to behave yourself. Now, this is going to be a very formal Thanksgiving dinner. The men will all wear tails.
Tails? Who's coming? Mickey Mouse?
Now, will you please listen, Sebastian? It will be your job to usher the people into the dining room. I will sit at the head of the table. Ken Niles will sit on my right hand, and Connie Haynes will sit on my left hand.
Ken Niles is going to sit on your right hand?
That's right.
And Connie Haynes will sit on your left hand?
That's right.
How are you going to eat? With your feet?
No. Look, when you get all the people seated, you go to the kitchen. Then when I ring this little dinner bell, your brother will hand me the carving knife, and you give me the bird.
In front of everybody?
That'll do, Sebastian. Now go out in the kitchen and make some ice water. And I do hope you can make ice water.
Yeah, sure. You just peel an onion.
An onion?
Yeah, that'll make your eyes water.
Sebastian, ice water is frozen water.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then what is frozen ink?
I stink.
You'll get no argument out of me, brother.
What?
Connie Haynes in a current revival of a great song, The Sunny Side of the Street.
Red coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a bit of pain? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. If rovers crossed over, if I never have a stand, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Oh, dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on the red, but I'm not afraid. This rover, yeah, I crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Oh, dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
You have read in the papers how people are smoking so much more and how cigarettes are being shipped to our fighting men overseas in huge quantities. And if your dealer occasionally should say, "Sorry, sir, we're out of Camels today," don't let that stop you from asking for Camels the very next time you're buying cigarettes. Remember that Camel's rich, full flavor and kind, cool mildness make Camels worth asking for again and again. Because war or peace, Camel is still Camel. And your T-zone, that's T for taste and T for throat, will confirm that statement. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels, now as always, the cigarette of costlier tobaccos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you to the home of Bud Abbott, where a formal Thanksgiving dinner is about to be served. Costello has been working in the kitchen all day like a dog, but he is now ready to face the guests. Let us look in on this dog face.
Costello, the guests are arriving. Open the door and announce them as they come in.
Announcing Mr. and Mrs. Ed Blank, Mr. and Mrs. Phil Klesner. Announcing Lord Pipsqueak, Knight of the Garter, Lord Beaverport, Knight of the Bath, and Hetty Lamar.
Hetty Lamar isn't here.
I was thinking of another night.
Young man, how dare you leave me standing here? Kindly take my card and announce me.
Okay. Hillside, 2183. Ask for Hazel. If a man answers, hang up.
Oh.
Wrong card! Wrong card!
That isn't my card.
Sorry, I got that mixed up with one of my own.
Costello, what's your manners?
Okay.
This is Lady Jennifer Cookie Cutter.
This little boy, my home, you know, is at Glendinning on the Tyne.
Glendinning on the Tyne? Then you must know my great Aunt Harriet. The old girl is bowlegged, you know.
Oh, from Glendinning on the Tyne?
No, from hitchhiking on oil trucks.
All right, that's enough, Costello. Take Lady Jennifer's coat and I'll escort her to the table.
Oh, by all means, the table. Oh, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Costello, get that horse out of here.
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
And please, bring Lady Jennifer a cocktail.
Yes, make it a martini with the black olive.
You drink martinis with a black olive?
Yes, I'm in mourning for my husband.
If I was you, Lady Jennifer, I would lay off those martinis. They're pretty hot.
Costello, what makes you think they're hot?
Because I just poured one. When I dropped the olive in, the olive stuck out its pimento.
By the way, Mr. Abbott, I have a little Thanksgiving present for you. A nice fat Belgian hare. I raised them, you know.
Oh, thank you, Lady Jennifer. Costello, take Lady Jennifer's hair.
Take her what?
Take her hair and put it in the icebox.
Okay, Abbott.
No, you fool!
Costello, now look what you've done. Speak to Lady Jennifer.
Hello, Baldy.
I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Come, Lady Jennifer. I'll show you one of the table. I'll show you...
Get the line right, not under that table.
No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jennifer. I'll show you to the table.
Very well. You may take my arm.
Does that come off, too?
Costello, get busy and serve the dinner. And remember, I don't want to see your thumb in the soup.
Okay.
Lord Beaverbrook. Pardon me, Mr. Beaverbrook.
No, it's quite all right.
It's quite all right, please. What part of the turkey would you like?
Well, I'm a flyer.
I'll take the wing. And pretty rich.
Well, I'm a musician. I'll take the drumstick.
And Sebastian, what part of the turkey would you like?
Well, you can skip me. I'm a fiddling kid.
I hope somebody will remember me. I like the neck.
I like the neck, too, Connie. I'll meet you out on the front porch.
Costello, keep quiet and serve the soup. And remember, I don't want to see your thumb in it.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Oh! Somebody turn off the light! Turn on the light, somebody!
There, the lights are on. What's the trouble, Lady Jennifer?
Oh, my necklace is gone! Somebody's stolen my pearl necklace!
Quick, Costello, call the police.
Please!
Well, no. Use the French phone.
I don't speak French.
Oh, here. Please, here. I'll call him. Operator, give me the police. Hurry up. Hello, police department. This is Bud Abbott's home. There's been a robbery here. Come over at once.
Well, here we are. We're from headquarters.
What took you so long? What took you so long?
So long?
What, are you leaving already?
Now, shut up, you. You look suspicious. Stick up your hands and reach for the ceiling.
Okay, but I know I won't make it.
Officer, there's been a robbery here. The lights went out and somebody stole Lady Jennifer's pearl necklace.
A stolen necklace, eh? Somebody will get the jug for this.
Sounds like you've had it already.
Come on. Line up against the wall, and you too, fat boy. What's your name?
Honest Lou Costello.
Costello, eh? Ain't you got a relative doing time at Alcatraz?
Yes, sir. That's my Uncle Stebbins. They put him in for something he didn't do.
For something he didn't do?
Yeah, he didn't wipe off his fingerprints when he robbed the bank.
Now get in line there. I'll take this gentleman first. What's your name?
Lord Beaverboard.
Where were you sitting when the necklace was stolen?
Well,
You lie! Ouch! How long have you known Lady Jennifer?
Well,
You lie!
Ouch! Gets rid of him fast, don't he?
All right, Sergeant. Drag this man out of here. Now, Costello, you're next.
I think there are others ahead of me.
I'm ready to take you now.
But I don't want to be selfish. Women and children first.
Sit down there in the chair.
Just a minute. Who are you shoving?
I'm shoving you, and what about it?
I just wanted to be sure.
Now, where was you when the lights went out?
I was.
You lied.
I expected it.
Ouch!
what's the matter?
Look what he did.
Did you hurt your head?
No, but he broke my shoelaces.
Shut up, you. Now I'm going to question the little boy here.
Oh, no. Not that. You can't question my little brother Sebastian.
And why not?
There's only one head between us. I'm playing both parts.
Just a moment, officer. There's been a horrible mistake. My pearls weren't stolen at all. They slipped off my neck into my tapioca.
Well, leave them there. You look better wearing tapioca. What happened to Costello?
But wait a minute. There's one thing I can't understand, Costello. Who turned out the lights when you were serving dinner?
I turned them out, Uncle Bud.
Sebastian, why did you turn the lights off?
Because you said you didn't want to see Louis thumb in the soup.
Sebastian, do you realize what you did? You almost got me arrested. Your brother. They might have thrown me in jail. Then I would have to walk around with the pallor of the prison on my noble brow. Why did you do such things to your loving brother, Sebastian?
Oh, I'm a bad boy!
Abbott and Costello will be back in a moment.
Thanks to the Yanks of the Week. Tonight we salute Lieutenant Thomas A. McKenzie of Auburn, Kentucky. Fighting off unconsciousness from flak wounds in his chest, this bombardier hero completed his bomb run without even letting his own crewmates know he was wounded. In your honor, Lieutenant McKenzie, the makers of Camels are sending to our fighters overseas 400,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the three Camel radio shows honors the Yank of the Week by sending free 400,000 Camel cigarettes overseas, a total of more than 1 million Camels sent free each week. In this country, the camel caravans traveling from camp to camp have thanked audiences of more than 4 million Yanks with free shows and free camels. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States 3 times a week, are rebroadcast to our men overseas and to South America. Listen tomorrow to Jimmy Durante and Gary Moore, Monday to Bob Hawke in Thanks to the Yanks, and next Thursday to Abbott and Costello. And now here are Bud Abbott and Lou Costello with a final word.
Well, Costello, now that we've done our show, let's get home and have our turkey, huh?
I think it's a good idea because I'm just about ready for it now.
Did you make the stuffing?
Yeah, I did. I made grand stuffing.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I ground up a lot of breadcrumbs, and then I put in some garlic.
Oh, that's
and then I
swell.
put in a little onions, and I put in some more garlic, then a whole lot of onions, then a whole lot of garlic, then a whole lot of more onions, then a whole lot of garlic, and a whole lot of more onions.
Wait a minute.
And then
Wait
a
a minute.
little more
Wait a minute. Did you taste it?
Taste it? I couldn't even get near it.
Oh. Good night, folks.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show. And remember, try camels on your throat and your taste. See for yourself how camel's mildness, coolness, and flavor click with you. The Abbott and Costello show for Camel cigarettes will be back at this very same time next week. Don't miss it. This is Ken Niles in Hollywood wishing you all a pleasant good night.
The DuPont Cavalcade of America, starring George Tobias. On this Thanksgiving week, the DuPont Company brings you Us Pilgrims, starring George Tobias and featuring Ralph Bell and Mercedes McCambridge on the Cavalcade of America. First, here is Gane Whitman.
Good evening. Here's a timely hint for motorists. It may be especially difficult this winter to replace antifreeze if it leaks away. You can guard against leaks and loss of valuable antifreeze by pouring a can of DuPont Cooling System Sealer into the radiator. DuPont Cooling System Sealer may be used safely with any standard antifreeze solution. DuPont Cooling System Sealer is another of the DuPont Company's better things for better living through chemistry.
Now, Us Pilgrims, starring George Tobias in the dual role of Mr. Barachek and Boss Pilgrim on the Cavalcade of America. Tonight, we bring you a different type of cavalcade, a story of an immigrant's idea of the first Thanksgiving. Our story begins in a classroom.
Now write a row of W's, please.
But the pupils are grown up. It is night school.
Don't hold your pen so hard, Mr. Barachek.
It'll get away if I don't, Miss Teacher.
No, it won't. Just relax.
Barachek can't even hold pen right.
No talking, please, Mr. Bauer.
These are aliens learning to read and write simple English in order to become citizens of our country.
Now a row of X's. Mrs. Hanson, you put an umlaut on your O's again.
Ich could swear every time I do it.
Now the L's, class. You're making J's, Mr. Barachek.
I'm sorry, teacher. I fixed.
Barachek can't even make L's.
No talking, please, Mr. Bauer. And now the Z's. Good, class. Much better. Now, are there any questions?
Miss Hasker, why we have in America Thanksgiving?
What's so amusing, Mr. Bauer?
Some question. What Thanksgiving got to do with how we write with pens?
I think it's a very good question, Mr. Barr. And the more you know about the United States and its history, the better citizens you'll make. Mrs. Hanson has asked why we celebrate Thanksgiving. Who can tell her?
Teacher.
Can you, Mr. Bauer?
Sure. It's holiday.
But why?
Says on calendar.
But who first made it a holiday? Why did they have the first Thanksgiving? Mr. Bauer doesn't seem to know. Does anyone else in the class?
Excuse, please, teacher.
Yes, Mr. Baracek.
I know about first Thanksgiving.
I bet he does.
Mr. Bauer, please. Could you tell the class about Thanksgiving, Mr. Baracek?
Think so? I got little nephew, very smart. Last night, nephew recite piece in school exercise. Piece all about first Thanksgiving.
Why don't you tell us as much about it as you can, Mr. Baracek?
Sure. One question first, please. Who's Pilgrims?
Well, they were a group who came to America in 1620. They came here to find religious freedom.
Oh, then Pilgrims immigrants like us.
In a way, they were, Mr. Baracek. Now, suppose you tell us how you think the first Thanksgiving came about.
All right. It's like this. A long time ago in old country, things very bad. Bad king. One day, Boss Pilgrim is walking down street with other Pilgrim. They talking. All country is no good, say Boss Pilgrim. Not so loud, boss, say other Pilgrim. Soldiers hear you.
Teacher.
Yes, Mr. Bauer.
Does Baracek mean Pilgrims talk like that?
Sure thing. They speak English just like you and me.
Let's not have any interruptions, please. Go on with your story, Mr. Baracek.
Well, long time ago, in old country, things very tough. The king is bad. And one day, Boss Pilgrim is walking down street with Pilgrim named Benny. And Boss Pilgrim say, Benny, old country's no good for us, Pilgrim.
Boss, soldiers hear you. Tell King.
Now, somebody ought to tell King. Tell King let us Pilgrims pray like we want. Tell King we want religious freedom. Go church like we please.
Nobody got religious freedom in 1620. That's this year.
They got in America.
Huh? What's America?
His new country Columbus discovered. And can pray any way darn please there. And that's the way it should be in old country. King or no king.
Not so loud, boss. You get us pinched.
He's better be pinched than not pray like we want to. I show King.
What you doing, boss?
Gonna say my prayers.
Not here in street, boss. Get up. People see you. Here come soldiers, boss.
Ah, what I care for soldiers. I showed that king how to pray. God, what us Pilgrims gonna do? Things bad here.
Come on, boss. Soldiers. They love to kick us Pilgrims around.
Don't interrupt me.
I go now.
Excuse, please, God. Benny butt in. But what us Pilgrims gonna do? Things very bad here in old country. King is mean, bad man. No religious freedom. He push us Pilgrims all around. He don't let us pray like we want to.
Hey, Pilgrim.
I don't want to say this.
What's the matter, Pilgrim? You deaf?
It's a... Excuse, please, God. Another interruption. What do you want, officer?
So, we caught you praying, huh?
Yes, sir.
Why you pray in dirty street when King is nice, clean church to pray in? Huh, Pilgrim?
Feel like pray here.
Does that mean you don't like King's church to pray in? Huh, Pilgrim?
Maybe I like King's church better if I ever get what I pray for there.
What's that, Pilgrim?
Religious freedom for us Pilgrims.
I give you freedom, Pilgrim. How you like that? Next time you go to jail. And next time I catch you praying, it better be in King's church. And another thing. Next time, pray out loud.
You think God cannot hear what I ask for?
Maybe God hear all right, but we wanna too. We wanna be sure King like what you pray for. All right. What?
Soldiers. Pooh. I hate soldiers. Tell King I pray just like I want. It's me, God, again. Please help us, please, Pilgrims. We're very unhappy in our country. But what we gonna do? What is Pilgrims gonna do, God? I hear steamboat whistle. Maybe we should take boat to America. Is that what you want us to do, God? Okay, God. Us pilgrims go to America. Thank you. Meeting will come to order, please. Fellow pilgrims, I call you here tonight to tell you big news. God wants us to go to America.
America? You mean it, boss? America?
Today I pray, and God tell me personal, I should take boat right away and go to USA. That's other name for America.
Boss.
Oh, it's you.
You
What do you
mean-
want? What do you want, Joe?
You mean us pilgrims should go to this America place to live?
That's right, Joe.
And give up my fruit stand?
What's the matter? You open fruit stand in America. People got to eat there, same like here.
Another thing, boss. I don't think my wife like idea. She got seasick.
What you care how your missus feels, Joe? Important thing, do you get seasick?
No, but I don't want wife to neither. She tough enough to get along with when feel good.
Never mind who gets seasick. We're talking about going to America.
I don't think it's good idea, boss. We don't know nothing about place.
If it's good enough for God, it's good enough for us.
You think we find jobs and make living there, boss?
Benny, what kind of pilgrim you? God wouldn't tell us to go no place where there's no work.
Did he say just what USA was like?
No, but I bet it's big, beautiful, wonderful country.
Hey, boss, if it's so big, how come they just find it?
All I care is new country and can pray any way we like there.
You mean they got religious freedom?
It's in Constitution.
Then I vote we go there.
Good. Then we go tomorrow night. In harbor is boat called Mayflower. Third-class steerage tickets, very reasonable.
But, boss, what about my fruit stand?
Sell it, give it away, take it with you. Only stop worry about it.
Well, all right. I go Fresco, but I still say it's bum idea.
It's not my idea, Joe. It's God's. And I sure he have wonderful country there for us pilgrims. I bet there is big cities with tall buildings and farms where things grow like anything. And mines for coals and railroad trains and trees to chop and factories for working and schools for kids and pretty scenery to look at. Don't God's country sound nice?
Well, if only is where you think it's going to be, boss.
God's so good to us pilgrims, Joe. I bet your wife not even seasick on way to USA.
Go to America.
Don't blame me. Blame boss.
You see who I blame when I get you on dry land.
Well, Mayflower boat still sailing on ocean, and trip is tough for everybody. Not just Joe's wife. Then when storm stop, come bad fog, and boat get lost, and pilgrims all scared. And boss pilgrims start praying. Please, God, don't let Mayflower hit iceberg or ferry boat and fog. Please bring us safe to America. And if we could get there pretty soon now, we would all appreciate very much. Thank you, God. Hello, Joe. Hello, everybody.
Boss, we want to know when we get to America.
Anytime now.
Anytime now. Every day you say that.
That's right, boss.
Well, can't go very fast in fog.
First storm, now fog. I thought you had it fixed that everything is going to be so hunky-dory on this trip. You can't even fix it so my wife can keep her supper down.
We just got to be patient.
Look, this guy Columbus, 1,492 years it took to discover America. How do you know we find it at all?
We find it.
We better find it soon.
My kids got bad colds. Need doctor.
We take him to clinic as soon as we land, Benny.
But, boss, when we land?
That's what I want to know.
All I can say is, Pilgrims, is... Look. Huh? Look how quick fog is lifting.
Huh?
Look! Land! It's America!
How do you know it's America, boss?
I can see Statue of Liberty. Look.
The Statue of Liberty. What do you know, the Statue of Liberty?
Give spyglass, somebody. Give spyglass. Here. Wait. There's writing on statue. I read to you. Listen. It say, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Oh, how you like that? Well, pilgrims, didn't I tell you God not let us pilgrims down?
Congratulations, boss. Congratulations.
Boss.
Now what?
Can I have spyglass 1 minute?
Take, Joe. You see statue good?
See statue okay. But that's all I do see.
What do you mean, Joe?
You promise us big cities in U.S. and farms and trades and factories and school and churches and beautiful scenery.
So?
So this America, this God's country, is nothing but a lot of woods.
Give spyglass.
Look, just woods, but there's not even people there, only wild animals. And I sold my fruit stand.
Joe, we're gonna have religious freedom.
But what about all those things you promised?
I keep my promise. It's pretty scenery, ain't it?
You are listening to Us Pilgrims, an unusual story of an immigrant's idea of the first Thanksgiving, starring George Tobias on the Cavalcade of America, sponsored by the DuPont Company, makers of better things for better living through chemistry.
Mr. Baracek, an immigrant, is going to night school to learn to become an American citizen. A discussion arose about the origin of Thanksgiving, and Mr. Baracek is telling the class his story of the Pilgrims and the first Thanksgiving, all in his own words.
So, after Mayflower get to USA, Pilgrims get off at Ellis Island.
Teacher, Baracek is crazy. Pilgrims land on a place called Plymouth Rock.
Okay, in 1620, Ellis Island was named Plymouth Rock.
Okay, but what about Statue of Liberty?
What do you mean?
There was no Statue of Liberty here in 1620, or not?
Not yourself. Liberty always here, huh, teacher?
Well, when you get through with your story, Mr. Baracek, I'll tell you just when they put the statue up. But you've got the right idea.
Bauer don't know so much.
Go on with your story, please.
So, Pilgrims get to America. It's a very wild place. All woods. It's winter time. And it's very cold, and snow is very deep.
Boss! Hey, boss! Boss, listen! Hey, boss!
What do you want, Benny?
A whole bunch of tough-looking guys coming. Some kind of savages. Got red skins and feathers in hair.
I bet it's cannibals.
I ain't scared of no guys who wears feathers in hair. Come on. Who are you guys?
Friendly Indians.
Us Pilgrims. I boss Pilgrim.
I chief of Friendly Indians.
You fellas live around here?
Long time. You fellas new here, ain't you?
Just got off Mayflower.
Proud to meet people who came over on Mayflower.
Say, is good country here?
The best. You like it fine. Only may take you a few days to get used to the water.
chair.
Now what is it, Mr. Bauer?
Baracek don't know what he talk about.
How can? Don't even get a chance to talk.
Baracek got engines running around loose in woods.
Where are I supposed to have engines?
An engine reservation. Everybody knows that.
You're wrong there, Mr. Bauer. There were no Indian reservations in those days.
Well, if I'm wrong, it ain't Baracek's fault. There's nothing but a foreigner, that Baracek.
You bet. All Americans start out like that.
That's right, Mr. Baracek. Now, will you go on, please?
Well, things get tougher and tougher for pilgrims. Winter get worse. Pretty soon, they almost out of food.
Please, help.
Who's calling? This fella ain't snow over here. Oh, it's Chief of Friendly Indians. Come on.
Who's there?
It's me, Chief. Boss Pilgrim. It's me and Joe.
Give me food. Please, food.
What's the matter? What's the matter, Chief?
I get lost in woods. Not eat for days. Food.
Oh, Joe and me got pockets full sandwich, Chief. Here, take.
No, don't, boss. We need them sandwich, too.
Oh, this is starving man, Joe.
What I care is nothing but a foreigner.
He's starving man. He's starving man, and I give him sandwich whether you like or no. See? Here, Chief. Take.
It's good. A good sandwich. Chief of Friendly Indian, never forget it.
Who is it?
Me, boss. Hello, Benny.
Good evening, boss.
Hello, missus. How's sick kids?
Not so good, boss.
You give aspirin and castor oil like I tell?
Us pilgrims all out of aspirin and castor oil. No place to get more, boss.
It's bad.
If only could get fresh milk for kids. I think they get well.
No complaint, Mama. Everybody else just bad off is like us.
I go see kids now.
You think we get along till spring and Mayflower come back, boss?
I don't know, Benny. We almost out of food now. I make big mistake to bring us here. I guess I no understand God right.
Maybe God no want things to be easy for us here, boss.
What do you mean?
Suppose us pilgrims come to U.S. and his big buildings every place and jobs and delicatessens on every corner. And right away, what happens? We get so busy climbing up and down big buildings and stealing our silk shirts, we forget what we came here for, to be free.
That's right, Benny.
I don't think God ever wanted easy to be free. And anybody who wanted got to work like anything for it.
If only God tell us what to do.
Benny!
Huh?
It's your first. You got to do something about getting the milk.
Excuse me, boss. I got to talk to Mrs. She get excited. Women, you know.
God, this boss Pilgrim, I be wrong. I guess I expect things gonna be too easy. Only they can be too tough, too. Us pilgrims can't take much more. Honest, God. What we gonna do? Excuse, please, God. Who there?
It's me, Chief of Friendly Indian.
Hello, Chief. Shake hands.
I can shake hands when both hands full of sandwich.
Sandwich?
You save life of Chief of Friendly Indians with sandwich. Chief of Friendly Indians never forget. For 4 days now, whole tribe has been making sandwich. Make 16,000 sandwich, and I've brought them all here for pilgrims.
This is fine thing you do, Chief. Us pilgrims almost starving.
Besides 16,000 sandwich, bring 16,000 dill pickle. Chief of Friendly Indians never forget.
You know, I pray to God for help just when you knock on the door.
Tell your God not to worry about you. Spring comes soon, and Chief of Friendly Indians show Pilgrim how to plant corn. Maybe then you invite Chief of Friendly Indians to dinner, huh? This is the most beautiful table full of food I ever see, Mr. Boss Pilgrim.
No wonder. His first Thanksgiving dinner.
Let me at that turkey.
Oh, just a minute, Joe. What's the matter with you? Say prayers before we eat. This is Thanksgiving. God, us pilgrims want to thank you for everything. For this turkey and cranberries and all good things you let us grow. Thank you for bringing us from all country to USA. Thank you for we can pray here and work and build something fine and be free men. And may there always be room here for other pilgrims like us. Amen. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Baracek, that's very interesting. There are one or two historical inaccuracies I'll explain later. But you certainly do get the idea.
Thank you, teacher.
Wait a minute, Baracek. What about the turkey?
What do you mean about the turkey?
You say pilgrims lived in the woods. I heard you.
That's right.
Then where did the turkey come from, Mr. Smarty Baracek?
Boss Pilgrim win it in raffle.
Our star, George Tobias, will return in just a moment. But first, here is Gain Whitman speaking for DuPont.
Other eyes than yours. The eyes of your grandfather and grandmother, your father and mother, when they were young and very much in love, have looked upon the soft fading colors of autumn leaves and found them beautiful and a little sad, discovering in them the truth that every summer must come to an end. At this time of year, with Thanksgiving Day drawing close, we are particularly conscious of those that have gone before us, conscious of our place in the endless cavalcade, which reaches from far away in the past to far away in the future. It is from the long, reassuring past that we draw strength and courage to go on. We look to the future with hope and confidence. For if we know how to give good gifts to our children, then how much more shall our Father in heaven give good things to them that ask him? No one can really doubt who knows that 7th chapter of Matthew. Shall we, as we think on the past, on the future, give thanks? Yes. Has there been no other time in the world when clouds have darkened the horizon? There have been many such times, and we've always come through. Let us give thanks. Let us give thanks as our forefathers did. Americans have much more for which to be thankful than they ever had. Let us count our blessings, our better things for better living, not merely from the world of science, but from the world of the Spirit, in which mankind is also learning lessons, though they be slow and arduous. Let us be thankful for our freedom, symbolized by the precious documents aboard the Freedom Train. Let us be thankful for health, for friendship, for human kindness, for sincerity, for courage, wherever we find them. In this spirit of reverence, friends, I bring you cordial wishes for a joyous Thanksgiving from the men and women of the DuPont Company, makers of better things for better living through chemistry.
Now our star, George Tobias.
What Gain Whitman said is right. Over here, we have a lot to be thankful for. But in Europe, with winter, the people will be hungry. We have been asked to save food for them. Friends, let's not make a mockery of Thanksgiving. In giving thanks to him who said, I was hungered, and he gave me meat. Let's express our thanks in a practical way. Let's share our food with those who are hungry. Good night.
Next week, the Cavalcade of America presents Van Heflin in Towards the Horizon, an exciting and dramatic adventure of the first navigation of the perilous Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. Be sure to join us again next Monday night at this same time for Van Heflin in Towards the Horizon on the DuPont Cavalcade of America. Tonight's DuPont Cavalcade, Us Pilgrims, was written by Frank Gabrielson. Featured in our cast were Ralph Bell as Bauer and Mercedes McCambridge as Miss Haskell. Danny Ocko played the chief of the Friendly Indians. Music was composed by Arden Cornwell and conducted by Donald Bryan. George Tobias can soon be seen in the Eagle Lion film Adventures of Casanova. This is Bill Hamilton inviting you to listen next week to Van Heflin in Towards the Horizon on the Cavalcade of America, brought to you by the DuPont Company of Wilmington, Delaware.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Husband, would you like to make the he of the house the perfect helpmate in the home? Then join us as Mutual presents Raising a Husband, dedicated to family life and out to find the best raised husbands in America.
What's the matter with father?
Here to ask the whys and wherefores is that lovable, that laughable mistress of ceremonies, Ivory Speedgate.
Thank you, Dwight Reese, and hello to everybody. Welcome to Raising a Husband. It's a Thanksgiving party here tonight as once again Father tries his skill in Mother's world, and we continue our search for the best-raised husbands in America. Acting as our star performers at our party are four heads of the house from the studio audience, four happy candidates in house dress, unrehearsed but ready to demonstrate their wifely training.
Going to make them give us a sample?
Are they going to give us a sample?
Going to make them give out with the answer?
Are they going to give out with the answer? And the candidate who proves himself the best-raised husband here tonight wins grand prizes for his wife.
And for himself the title America's Best-Raised Husband of the Week.
Judging our contest are Mr. and Mrs. Leonard Cordays, married 51 years. Lieutenant and Mrs. John Corback, married 2 days. And our guest wife, Miss Donald Herschel, whose husband will soon return from overseas. You got the ice bucket right.
Right here.
Is it nice and cold?
Nice and cold.
And the cold cloth ready?
All ready.
All right, then we are prepared should any of these handsome housekeepers weaken and faint. So on with the show. Let the fun begin as we meet Raising a Husband's candidate number 1. Your name, sir?
Maurice H. Sturman.
Let's hear that again, please, sir.
Maurice H. Sturman.
Hello there, Mr. Sturman. You're looking up to snuff tonight. That house dress really becomes you. It gives you that nice broad-shouldered effect, you know. Mr. Sturman, did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Well, we ate out.
You ate out. Did you have plenty of dinner?
We had plenty of dinner.
Who paid the check? You or your wife?
Who always pays?
Well, now you tell me. Who always pays?
Husband always pays. I paid.
At your house, the husband always pays. Tell me this, sir. What part of the turkey do you like best?
White meat.
White meat, huh? What do you do? Eat all the wishbone and give your wife the rudder? Is that the way you do it? Mr. Sturman, how many Thanksgivings have elapsed since you and your wife got married?
5.
5 years, huh? During those years, you've received a goodly amount of wifely training?
I don't know what you mean by wifely training.
Has she brought you up to help her with the housework and make things generally easy around the home?
Certainly has.
That makes it very clear to you, doesn't it? Let's discuss the well-raised husband for just a moment. To begin with, do you believe he's a good fellow?
Yeah.
And he never picks fights with the neighbors?
No.
And he makes it a point to be truthful?
Yeah.
And he's a well-behaved guest at a party?
Yeah.
And he always grasps opportunity?
Yeah.
That he's very certain about. I'm glad you are, sir, because, as you know, we're having a Thanksgiving party here on Raising a Husband tonight. And as a well-raised husband, we are presenting you the opportunity to grasp a nice big souvenir for yourself and your family. Who was the first man to eat an apple? It was a way back, a long time before you can remember.
I don't think the first person to eat an apple was a man. I think it was a woman.
But she gave him a bite. Who was he? What was his name?
Adam.
And if Adam had known present-day music, what might he have said to Eve? See if you can identify this. Fairly recent. You know what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Don't sit under the apple tree.
That's right. Can you sing a little bit of it for us? Just a tiny little bit there,
words.
Mr. Sermon. Just a little.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me.
Thank you, sir. That is very, very nice. You see, tonight we have fixed up an apple tree for you right here on the stage. And suspended from the branch of this tree by a string is a large red apple. Now, Mrs. Sturman, if you can eat that apple right down to the core without the use of your hands, you'll find a surprise souvenir buried in the center. There's just one thing. We want you to admonish others not to join you under that tree. Now, here's a copy of the little song that you just sang. Take it over there and sing the song between the bites of the apple and eat all the apple up before you finish the chorus. All right, so just step right over to the tree. Let's see how good you are at grasping opportunity. Start singing, Mr. Sermon, will you?
Don't sit under the apple.
Right, right the apple, that's it.
Apple,
Get a big one.
Get a good bite there. That's it. Keep singing.
Keep singing.
Don't sit on the apple.
Oh, take a good bite. That's it.
That's it. Get a
Now go
good
ahead. A good bite.
Don't sit on them.
Almost had it then. Come on now. A good bite.
Oh, that's wonderful, sir. Mr. Sherman, as a well-raised husband, you have certainly proven yourself a very good fellow, a wonderful guest, and a grasper of opportunity. Now, here is a knife. Will you carefully cut into the core of that apple and tell us what you find there? That's it, right down the center. Don't cut what's in it. Very carefully. What is it? Open it up, will you, please, sir, and just speak right up.
Nice brand new bill with a picture of Hamilton.
That's right, a nice $10 bill. Would you accept that as a souvenir of this occasion, along with this gift basket of oranges, bananas, grapes, and tangerines for yourself and your family to enjoy? Thank you for being with us, and good luck to you later in the show when our judges elect America's best raised husband of this week.
Grand prizes await the wife of the candidate elected America's best-raised husband of the week. And tonight, those prizes include a winter rose blanket, 100% wool, a porcelain and chromium isomat for crushing ice cubes, and a carved wood tray with coasters.
Thank you, Dwight Reese. Now, who's the next gentleman in house dress from Husband's Row tonight?
Irene, this is Mr. Tilley, tonight's candidate number 2.
Hello there, Mr. Tilley. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to our party, sir. That Mother Hubbard that you're wearing, does it make you feel at home?
No, it don't.
It doesn't.
Not
That's
a
not a
bit.
bit like the ones that Mother used to wear.
No.
It's just made specially for you.
That's
That dust cap sets a little bit high above the ears there. Is
fix
it?
it up a little bit.
Yeah, fix it up just a little. That makes you feel better.
got
Can you
it.
see yourself in a mirror
Oh,
over there?
oh,
Oh, you can see himself. That's very fine. Are you, Mr. Tilley, are you ready to compete for the title of America's Best Raised Husband of the Week?
I am.
And as such, you would like to win the grand prizes for your wife?
You bet.
Mr. Tilley, do you think she's raised you pretty well?
None could be better.
It couldn't be better, huh? That's one of the things you're thankful for tonight, is that right, sir? And Mr. Tilley, in your household chores, you have used quite a number of different kinds of pins. Now, could you name 6 different kinds of pins? For instance, there's a straight pin that we use to hold things together. Name me 5 others, Mr. Tilley.
A safety pin.
1.
Hairpin.
2.
Hat pin.
3. What do you hang up the weekly wash with?
Clothespin.
Right. And there's one in the kitchen. Right in the kitchen. It's the peacemaker of the family.
Rolling pin.
A rolling pin. That's right, sir. I can see, Mr. Tilley, that you're quite a pin-up boy. Have you ever done any sewing?
Yes, I've done sewing.
You have. You do agree that the pardon me, sir? What did you sew?
Sew on buttons.
Oh, you sew on buttons, all that sort of thing. Then you do agree that the well-raised husband should be equal to an emergency, don't you?
Oh, yes.
You know, we're having our Thanksgiving party here tonight, as you heard say a minute ago. One of our guests snagged his trousers on the way down to the show. Now, Mr. Tilley, as the well-raised husband equal to emergency, we want you to sew a patch on this tear right now. However, you see, time is of the essence on a radio show. So, Mr. Tilley, you'll just have to patch these trousers with the man in them. Now, here is a needle and thread right here, Mr. Tilley. Here is a nice red patch. And here is the man with the torn tweeds, Mr. Roger Strauss. Just step in, Mr. Strauss. Mr. Strauss, would you mind telling us, how did you tear your trousers?
On the seat of my car.
You did, huh? Would you like to have them fixed up right here?
Well, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we have an expert seamster here, you know that. All right, Mr. Tilley, you better just go right over there and get Mr. Strauss into position so you can sew that patch on his trousers. I think you better take him right across your knee, Mr. Tilley. I think it would be better. Now, Mr. Tilley. Mr. Tilley, we're going to give you 30 seconds, and we want you to count every time you take a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just
Can
count.
this guy really sew?
What did you say, Mr. Strauss?
Hey, can this guy really sew?
That's what we want to find out, Mr. Strauss. Count, Mr. Tilley. How many stitches?
3.
3 stitches?
Hey, that one doesn't count. He's got skin.
Sorry, Mr. Strauss. You'll do better next
5.
time. How many you got there, Mr. Tilley?
5. You ought to practice to be a surgeon.
Never mind, Mr. Strauss. He's doing very well. How many you got, Mr. Tilley?
Oh, calling Dr. Pilgrims! 7.
How you doing, Mr. Tilley? How many you got now? How many you got now, Mr. Tilley?
7.
7?
8.
Are you nearly through?
My mother told me that
Tilley,
these
your time
nights
is
like
almost
this.
up. You have 5 seconds to go.
9.
You finish it. What did you say, Mr. Strauss?
Oh, my mother warned me about this.
Oh, she did, huh? Is he keeping you in stitches?
Oh, he got me there long ago.
Are you through, Mr. Tilley? All finished. Mr. Strauss, are you quite well satisfied?
Let me out of here.
All right, you can get up off the man's lap now. Did he do a good job, Mr. Strauss? Let's see, that's right. Thank you. It's a very nice job. It's put on there like an expert. Mr. Tilley is a well-raised husband. You certainly are an excellent seamstress and a handler of emergencies. As a tribute to your skill tonight, we present you with this fitted sewing table so you can patch up emergencies at home. Good luck to you later in the show when our judges elect America's best-raised husband of this week.
Among grand prizes awaiting the wife of tonight's title winner are a complete bath set of Turkish towels and hand towels to match, a hand-polished lemonwood salad bowl with fork and spoon, a heavy Pyrex double boiler convertible into baking dishes.
Thank you. Right now, who's the next candidate in line for competition?
For these, here's raising a husband's candidate number 3, Mr. Cosman of Akron, Ohio.
Hello there, Mr. Cosman. Did you say Akron, Ohio?
Akron, Ohio is right.
Welcome to New York City, sir, and welcome to our Thanksgiving party.
Thank you.
Are you feeling as glamorous as you look?
I doubt it.
I love the set of that hat. Just turn around and let the folks see that. It's one of those down in the front, up in the back little models. Mr. Cosman, you do profess to be the well-raised husband, don't you?
I am.
Who carves the turkey at your house?
My wife.
Your wife carves it.
She does.
She does. Why do you let her do that? Because she does it better?
She likes the white meat and I can't find it.
That's a very good reason. Mr. Cosman, who sits at the head of your table?
Our little girl does.
Your little girl sits at the head of the table. Well, that is certainly nice, and that certainly shows that you are the well-raised husband to give up your seat to a little girl. Mr. Cosman, how long have you been married?
14 years.
Uh-huh. How old is this little girl?
About 12.
She's, what don't you know about,
She's 11.
She's going on 12, is that it? Who does she look like, Mr. Cosman?
She looks like my wife.
She does, huh? You think she's kind of pretty?
She is.
Is she as pretty as she'd be if she looked like you?
Why, I don't know about that.
Kind of put you in the spot there, didn't it? Mr. Cosman, what happens at your house when your wife wants to go visiting and you want to stay home and read? What happens?
Well, I have to go with her.
You do, huh?
I do.
You truly are well raised. How are you, Mr. Cosman? This will get him. How are you about getting up in the morning? Do you have to be called more than once?
No, I don't.
No Sandman coasting, huh?
No.
Who fixes the breakfast, Mr. Cosman?
My wife does.
You're up first, but she fixes the
That's
breakfast.
right.
I see. Mr. Cosman is the well-raised husband. Do you sometimes bring in the morning milk?
I do.
We're serving milk at our party tonight, and it seems only right that you should bring it in just like you do at home. Bring Mr. Cosman a nice large milk pail, will you?
Here's the pail.
Thank you, Dwight. And give him a milkmaid stool.
And here's the stool.
That's right. Mr. Cosman, have you ever lived on a farm?
I have.
You have, huh? Well, you've got the milk pail and the milkmaid stool. Have you ever played the part of a milkmaid?
Not the milkmaid, the milkman.
Well, tonight, Mr. Cosman, I'd like to ask you something. Can you imitate the milkmaid's call? Go ahead, let me...
Come, boss, come, boss.
Well, that's on the order of it. Let me hear you call, oh, bossy, here, boss, Sue, boss, Sue, boss.
Sue, boss, Sue, boss, Sue, boss.
That's very nice. I'll tell you, if you just step over there and give a real loud call, I think it'll be much more accurate. Nice and loud.
Sue, boss, Sue, boss, Sue, boss.
You know, you sound very convincing, Mr. Cosman.
Sue,
So
boss.
convincing, in fact, that your call is answered. Here comes the source of the milk supply right now. Goat, you're in person on the stage to help you bring in the milk for the party.
I don't know anything about them.
You don't. We'll find out whether you do or not. Mr. Cosman, the goat's name is Blossom. Say hello to Blossom, Mr.
Hello,
Cosman.
Blossom.
Can you see her? Hasn't she an angelic face?
She certainly has.
Mr. Cosman,
What's that beard there for?
I was going to ask you how long you'd say that beard was.
6 inches.
About 6 inches. She's making goat's eyes at you, Mr. Cosman. Could you make a few goat's eyes back at this, Blossom? Just make a few goat's eyes at her. Mr. Cosman, did you say you didn't know anything about these little animals?
I don't know anything about them.
Have you ever had any goat's milk?
I don't think I have.
Mr. Cosman, that's what we're serving tonight. It's the well-raised husband. You got to bring it in. Just off stage over there is a milking stall all ready for you. And here's the milk bottle to put the milk in when you get it. So off you go, Mr. Cosman. Off you go with Blossom. And we'll be looking forward to plenty of nice milk when time comes to serve party refreshments. We'll expect to see you later as we go along on the
And here, Irene, is Mr. Hartstein, our fourth and final candidate tonight, competing for the title of America's Best Raised Husband of the Week. May I present Mr. Hartstein?
Hello there, Mr. Hartstein. A happy Thanksgiving to you, sir.
Same to you.
Did you get nervous waiting for your turn to compete tonight?
Well, to a certain extent, I did.
You did, huh? He does look a little pale, don't you think so, Dwight?
He sure does, Bees.
It looks a little bit wan.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we better revive him a bit. Just bring that ice bucket over here and put cold cloth on his forehead. We can't have any people fainting up here. You know, just a little ice there, a little cold cloth on his forehead.
Cold
That's it.
towel, come
That's
on.
right. So right there, just make him feel nice and refreshed. That's it. Little bit on the. That's it. A little bit on the back of the neck too. There, right.
How do you feel now?
You feel a little more refreshed there, Mr. Hartstein? All right, that's fine. Now let's ask you a few questions.
Oh, I feel great now.
You do, huh? You like that cold cloth. Mr. Hartstein, how many Thanksgivings have you spent as a married man?
Oh, about 11.
About 11, huh? Does your wife object to your night out with the boys once in a while?
No, she doesn't. Of course, I don't get many.
You don't get many. In return, you let your wife have a hen party every so often. Is that it?
Well, if she'd like to, whenever she wants to go out, she can go out, but we usually try to go with our daughter. Where we go lately, we have been going out with her.
You make it a family party.
That's
right. Very nice. Are they all here with you tonight?
That's right.
This is a family party. We certainly are glad to have them.
That way.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Hartstein. Should the well-raised husband be a good host at a party?
Oh, yes, it's very, very necessary.
And he should help with the preparations?
Well, as much as possible.
Should he yawn in the face of his guests?
No, I don't think that's proper, of course. If he has to yawn, let him faint away or...
A lesson in yawning here. Should the well-raised husband laugh at his own jokes?
Well, today I think it's considered a proper thing.
Proper thing, huh? And does he laugh at the other fellow's jokes, Mr.?
All the time.
All the time. Well, I'll tell you, so tonight we want you to play host at our party, and we have a little joke here. We want you to read this little joke to all of our guests, and then laugh according to how funny you think the joke is. Now, here's the joke. Will you just read it for us, please, Mr. Hartstein? Speak up nice and loud so they can hear you all over the United States. Just turn right around there and read it for the audience. Just nice and loud.
I wish I was a whittle egg, high up in a tree. I wish I was a whittle egg. What nest could be? Then when anybody would start to yell at me, I take my rotten whittle self and spatter over here.
Is that how funny you think that joke is? Let's hear you laugh again. How funny do you think it is?
Oh, no. I think it's at least this funny.
Well, I can see, Mr. Hartstein, that you certainly are up on your comedy, sir. Now, let's see how well up you are on your music. Now, Johnny Gott is going to play a little bit of 5 different tunes that we think of around Thanksgiving time. As the well-raised host at our party tonight, we want you to tell our guests the name of each tune played for their pleasure. Are you ready, Mr. Hartstein?
I'm ready.
All right, Johnny, give us the first tune, will you? Do you know what it is, sir? What did you have for dinner? Turkey, and where does the turkey live? Where does he make a nest? Turkey in the straw, that's right. That's the first tune. All right, Johnny, the next tune. You know what that is, Mr. Hartstein? It's something that's up in the sky. What is up in the sky tonight? What hangs up there besides the stars? Right, and what season of the year is this? What's Thanksgiving based on? The season of what? Autumn.
And Thanksgiving.
And harvest.
Harvest moon.
Harvest moon, that's right. All right, our next tune, please, Johnny. You know what that is, Miss Hartstein? A 1, a 2, a 3 little Indians. What do you... That's right. 5 little, 6 little, 7 little Indians. What is it, Mr. Hartstein? You know what it is? 10 little Indians. 10 little Indians, that's right. Now, here is a more modern tune, a more recent tune, but see if you recognize it. It was written by Hody Carmichael. What is this thing?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, that is the name of that tune. Now, Mr. Hartstein, this is something that we tell, this next tune is something we tell all of our loved ones and friends, particularly in the wintertime. See if you can name it, just a little bit at a time.
Button up your overcoat.
Button up your overcoat. All right, now, Mr. Hartstein, can you sing just a little bit of that? Do you have the words of that there for him, Bright? Thank you. I'll tell you what, let's do, Mr. Hartstein. Let's sing it together, shall we? Okay. All right, let's take it. Ready? Button up your overcoat.
When the wind is free, take good care of yourself.
You belong to me.
Eat an apple every day, get a bit by 3.
Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Be careful crossing the street.
Ooh.
You'll get a pain and ruin your tum-tum.
Keep away from bootleg who show you're on a spree.
Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Mr. Hartstein is a well-raised husband. You're certainly the gracious host. Thank you for helping us out. And we want you to have a souvenir of this occasion. So here is a cake set. The cake plate itself and 1/2 serving plates for the parties you have at home. Thank you for being with us, and good luck to you later in the show when our judges elect America's best praised husband of this week. How is our candidate doing with that morning milk out there?
Well, he's got it, Irene, and here he is, bottle of milk in hand.
Oh, welcome back, sir. Tell me, did you actually milk that goat?
Well, he did. I got it the hard way.
You got it? Did she give you any trouble? Did Blossom...
No, she didn't give me any trouble.
She's nice little goat,
She
isn't
certainly is.
Well, sir, we accept this bottle of fresh milk
There
as
it
evidence that you bring in the morning supply. As a souvenir of the occasion, we want you to accept this gift basket of assorted cheeses. Hickory smoked, Bel-Paese, an 8-pound Guida cheese, a Danish blue cheese, Krakauer, and Gorgonzola. Good luck to you later in the show when our judges elect America's best raised husband of the week. Friends, it's time now for Raising a Husband's Piggy Bank Derby.
This, friends, is a contest between all our candidates in which they compete for the contents of a piggy bank. The bank bulges tonight, for in it is a bright, shiny penny to represent each and every person in this theater audience. We're going to ask a question, and we want you candidates to answer it. Now, here's the question. How many years since Thanksgiving was first declared a holiday by presidential proclamation? The candidate answering nearest the actual number of years wins the piggy bank and its contents for tonight.
All right, so Mr. Sturman, candidate number 1, you're mighty good at getting apples off a string. Let's see how well informed you are. How many years, listen to this carefully, how many years since Thanksgiving Day was first declared a holiday by presidential proclamation?
I'd say about 20.
About 20 years. Thank you, sir. That's your answer. Candidate number 2, Mr. Tilly, you stood on a beautiful patch and you proved yourself equal to emergency. What's your answer to the piggy bank question? How many years?
I'd say about 30.
You'd say about 30. Candidate number 3, you brought in the morning milk. How many years do you say have elapsed since Thanksgiving Day was first proclaimed a holiday by the president?
About 80.
About 80 years. About 80 years. Candidate number 4, you were a perfect host at our party. What is your answer to our question?
Well, I think President Lincoln proclaimed it in 1863, making it 82 years.
Thanksgiving, friends, was first declared a holiday 81 years ago in 1864 by proclamation of Abraham Lincoln. Now, let's see. I believe we have a tie on this piggy bank. That is wonderful. Gentlemen, step forward. Take your piggy bank, break it with the hammer, and pocket the pennies.
You break it.
Hit it hard. There you are. You will find in that piggy bank tonight 511 pennies for you to take home and have fun with. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us, and may you always make such profitable answers. All through the show tonight, friends, our candidates have been competing for the title America's Best Raised Husband of the Week, and the grand prizes his wife will receive. Judges, you've heard these gentlemen and you've seen them in action. Will you now elect a man for the title?
Grand prizes awaiting the wife of tonight's winner include
a hostess server for hot or cold drinks,
a hand-polished lemonwood salad bowl with fork and spoon to match,
an automatic isomat for crushing cubes,
a heavy Pyrex double boiler convertible into baking dishes,
a complete bath set with Turkish towels and hand towels to match, a winter rose blanket, 100% pure wool. These are tonight's grand prizes. The judges' vote, I see, is in, and here is the winner,
Mr. Morris Sturman. Our grasper of opportunity is hereby acclaimed America's Best Raised Husband of the Week. Will Mr. Sturman step to the microphone with his wife?
Mr. Sturman, we award you this certificate of title, also a certificate of merit. Mrs. Sturman, we present you with this table of grand prizes. Take them home with you, and may you and your husband have many more years of fun and happiness together. Neighbors, since this is Thanksgiving night, it seems but fitting that we close our broadcast with a Thanksgiving thought. Will you folks in the audience please rise and join me in one of the loveliest thoughts ever set to music? It goes like this. Oh, beautiful Lord, save this night forever away from place. For birds of mountains majesty, harbor of broken earth,
Remember, friends, Raising a Husband is presented each week at this same time. So be with us next week. Now, this is Dwight Weiss speaking on behalf of our cast, tonight's candidates, and our mistress of ceremonies, Irene Beasley, wishing you a pleasant Thanksgiving holiday. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. That's our ring. Time for Lum and Abner, brought to you by the makers of Alka-Seltzer. Well, Thanksgiving Day has arrived in Pine Ridge, and the Spears and the Quincy families and Lum have been invited to eat a big turkey dinner at the Peabody home. Well, we'll soon see what happens next. A happy Thanksgiving Day, folks, and good health to you all. Now that Thanksgiving dinner is probably over, I can't help wondering if you let your appetite get you into trouble. I know it's mighty easy to overeat when the table is loaded down with delicious, mouth-watering good things. So if you happen to overdo it, and right now you have a touch of acid indigestion or a dull headache, here's hoping you have a package of Alka-Seltzer tablets handy. You see, Alka-Seltzer can help you to relief in a hurry. If you haven't any Alka-Seltzer in the house, get a package of these effervescent, comfort-bringing tablets from your nearest druggist right away. And then remember, when you have a touch of acid indigestion, be wise. Alkalize with Alka-Seltzer. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpap, Lum, and Ulysses S. Quincy in the Peabody parlor discussing the weather while they wait for dinner.
Listen. I said this morning I thought sure it was going to snow or rain, but it turned off right pretty. See the sun breaking through the clouds there, Ulysses?
Yeah, looks okay, Lum.
Yes, sir, I wouldn't put too much dependence on that, though. The almanac said cloudy. You can look it up for yourself. Page 272, I believe it is. Cloudy.
Elizabeth says dinner won't be ready for at least an hour yet. Reckon you fellers can wait that long?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. Give me more of a chance to work up an appetite.
Yeah, okay.
If there's one thing I hate to do, it's draw up a chair to a Thanksgiving dinner with just half an appetite.
Oh, yeah, Lomie, that's one meal where a fellow ought to be all set to eat.
Well, personal, I'm ready to eat right now.
Well, you just have to wait, Grandpap, because the women folks ain't got the victuals done yet. Say, that reminds me, they want somebody to go out and draw a couple of buckets of water from the well there, too.
Oh, sure, all right.
Didn't say exactly what they wanted for. Needed in the kitchen there, cooking or something, I reckon.
How was the turkey coming, Abner? Did you get a look at it?
No, I never, Grandpap. I wanted to, but they keep it so dead blame hot out there in that kitchen, I just couldn't stand to stay around there.
Did you notice that, too?
Oh, Lord, me, look at me.
They always do that. I recollect last year when we cooked in that Thanksgiving dinner over at our place. They got the kitchen so hot it never cooled off for 2 days.
Well,
I think they smothered the turkey to death.
They're doing the same thing again this year, I'll tell you that. Seems like every time a batch of women get together in the kitchen, the first thing they do is get the temperatures up to where a man just might not suffocate.
Yeah, reckon why they do that?
I don't know. They must like it that way, I reckon.
Yes, sir. Women folks are curious. I've always said it.
Must be more cold-blooded than men folks. I know I couldn't stand it out there in that kitchen 5 minutes like it is.
I believe I've read somewhere that women folks have got thinner blood than men.
Well,
either thinner or thicker, I forget which now. They're different, I know.
Maybe it's because they're weaker.
Yeah, whatever it is, I wish they'd hurry up and get the victuals on the table. I'm panicked.
Yeah, me too.
I don't see what you fellas want to race things along for. Personal, I was just enjoying sitting here not doing nothing. Just rocking. Seems nice to have nothing to do for a change.
Well, yeah, it's nice, I reckon.
That's what a holiday's for. Rest. Take it easy. Get away from your work. Folks needs a holiday.
Well, I reckon you're right, Mom. People got to have a change sometime, even if it's just for one day, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have did if this holiday hadn't come along when it did. I was getting plumb wore out.
From what, Grandpa?
From that telegram deliver job of mine.
Oh?
Wore right down to the ragged edge. I got to the breaking point.
Well, of course, you don't deliver them telegrams every day, though.
Well, no, it ain't the number of delivers I make. It's the strain I work under all the time.
Strain, huh?
Oh, yeah. Got to be on my toes every minute. The tension is terrible.
Well.
Never know when a telegram's coming in. If I knowed when it's coming in, it'd be all right. I'll go 3 or 4 months without no telegrams. That's what makes it so hard on me.
Well, I never had looked at it just that way before, I'll admit.
Now, you look at it sometimes that way, and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
Then directly 2 or 3 of them will pop in 1 month.
Oh, my
It's the uncertainties of the thing. Some months a telegram will come in, and then again it might not.
Well, I can see that's a harder job than I ever allowed it was, yes, sir.
Well, that just goes to prove my point. Every human, no matter who it is, man or woman, needs a holiday now and then. Ain't that right, Ulysses?
Yeah, okay,
How's that?
Say, yeah, I believe you're right, okay.
Oh, yeah. The human body's just like a machine. You can't expect it to work every day, year in and year out. It's got to have a rest. I've always said that.
Well, I'm quite 100%. I love holidays. Of course, I don't see why women folks need a holiday necessary.
Oh, no, they deserve them, too.
Well, of course, it's nice that they can enjoy them. I'm for that, I reckon. Just sort of remarking, they don't need them as much as us men folks.
Well, I don't know. I believe you're wrong there, Abner.
Oh, pal.
Whilst a woman don't do the heavy work a man does, natural. Still, she's got little chores to do from day to day, and she works at them pretty steady.
Well, I reckon you're right. I know Elizabeth keeps up good on the little things she has to do around the place. She ain't lazy, I'll say that for her. Ain't a lazy bone in her body, I don't reckon.
It don't seem no more than right that they get one day to do sort of what they want to. Give them a rest, sort of a change.
Yeah, well, I think about it on any other Thursday, long about this time, instead of sitting around a nice warm kitchen, why, Elizabeth be out in the field plowing, or else she'd have a chopping axe in her hand, splitting up some wood or something.
Well, that's what I mean.
As it is, why, she got up a couple of hours earlier this morning and got all that out of the way.
Now, see, you know Charity done the same thing.
She did?
She done it. She was out of bed before daylight. Made such a racket outdoors I couldn't hardly sleep.
Same thing happened to me. But now I can see it was a good thing for them. Gives them the rest of the day to enjoy themselves, cooking and all such as that.
Well, Sir Charity just must love it. She started 2 days ago.
Yeah, they look forward to these holidays. There's no two ways about it. They just love them.
Well, personal, I love to see the women folks enjoying themselves.
Yeah, don't spoil them too much.
They don't get out into the world much as us men folks do.
No, they don't. Sociable now and then, or quilting bee, that's about all they get out.
Sometimes I think maybe the women need a nice holiday like this even more than us men do.
Wait a minute. I hear somebody calling from the kitchen there.
I never hear nobody.
Sounded like it might be Charity. You better go out there and see what she wants, Grandpa.
Yeah, all right. Maybe I can hurry things along.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Tell them to get the rootin' and snootin' lootin'.
No, sir, there's nothing like a holiday.
Now, Bounds, I know what they're calling for. That water they wanted bring in from the well. That's what they're yelping about.
That's right. Well, Grandpap can get it for him. He's anxious to eat.
I just hope it ain't too heavy a work for him. Them are pretty big water buckets we got. It's all Elizabeth can do to carry them things herself, stout as she is.
Well, he's got sense enough not to fill them too full.
He's frail, old Grandpap is.
I believe I'm beginning to get a little hungry myself. Talking about eating. I can smell that turkey cooking out there, and it smells awful good. Don't it, Ulysses?
Yeah, okay.
How's that?
I say it smells okay, love.
Yes, sir, there's nothing like a holiday.
Oh, wait a minute, Dover. There comes Grandpap back already. He done that pretty fast. Have you done carried in the water, Grandpap?
No, they done it themselves.
Oh.
Miss Quincy went out and got it.
Miss Quincy?
Yeah.
Dover, Ulysses, that little woman of yours must be awful stout for her size.
Yeah, she's okay, Abner. Now they want somebody to go out there and turn the ice cream freezer.
Well, why didn't you do it long as you was out there?
Oh, it's too dad blamed hot. I couldn't stand it.
Well, you do that out on the back porch, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Did they say how quick we could eat?
Well, I asked, but I never did get no answer. Just kept bustling around there. Might not knock me over twice.
Oh, well, they're more like they just excited 'cause it's a holiday, you know, overcame with joy.
What I can't understand is why, if they're enjoying themselves, they don't show it more.
Well, you know how women folks are, Grandpap. You never can tell much about them just by looking at them. Elizabeth would go to a picture show and sit there and bawl and puddle up, scowl all the time, then tell somebody how she enjoyed it.
Yeah, they're more than like they don't realize themselves how much they're enjoying this. Wait till tomorrow after they went back to their work. Then they'll see that they needed this rest and appreciate it.
Yeah, the change is good for them. Ain't no doubt about that. No doubt at all. No, give them something different to do. That's the thing on Thanksgiving this way.
All right, Jimmy, I'm sort of getting hungry. I don't know where I can wait much longer, fella.
No, me neither, Grandpap. I'm just might not starving.
I tried to grab a pickled pear while I was out there, but Elizabeth's taking the dish right out from under my hand.
Well, that shows they're hurrying. It oughtn't to be long now. No.
If it's much longer, they won't have to bother to set a place for me. I'll just be dead from starvation. Well, I'm beginning to feel the same way, Granddad. How about you, Ulysses?
Oh, I could eat okay, Mom.
Why don't you go out there and stir 'em up a little, Abner?
Reckon I ought to.
Well, it's your house. You've got a right to say anything in it you want to.
Oh, I have. Yeah, sure. Leave, I'll go back there right
Tell 'em
now.
to slap them victuals on the table.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Tell 'em Ulysses is hungry, too, Abner.
Yeah.
Granny, that's the most wonderfulest flavor coming from that turkey out there. Yeah, that's one of our turkeys. Charity raised it herself. It's a good stouting, too. Had to chase that thing clean over to the creek and back before ever she could catch it. Then I thought it was going to throw her before she could put the axe to it. You seen the whole thing, huh? Oh, yeah. I was standing right there. I helped Charity sweat her while she chased him.
Right thoughty of you, Grandpap.
How's that, Ulysses?
Sounds right thoughty, Grandpap,
Oh,
to hold his woman's sweater.
Wait a minute. There comes Abner back. Get ready, men. Loosen your belt. Where do you want us to sit, Abner?
I'm scared we ain't quite ready to eat yet, man.
What? Well, what's holding things up?
Well, Elizabeth, you know her. She's still busy turning the crank on that ice cream.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to send somebody out there to do that.
I offered to do it, but Elizabeth told me to get out of there. Said she'd do it herself.
She told you to get out.
Yeah, I don't know where I imagine this or not, man, but it just seems to me that whole bunch of women folks out there is peeved about something.
Well, now, ain't that a shame?
I don't know what it could be. Must have had some little squabble amongst yourselves, I reckon.
Yeah, you know, the trouble with women, they just don't know how to relax and enjoy a holiday. If I live to be 1,000-year-old, I never will understand.
Well, friends, with the Thanksgiving Day celebrating drawing to a close, it might be well to remember that a weekend of relaxation and fun is just ahead for most of us. You know, late hours, too much smoking and eating can often lead to a dull, dreary headache or stiff, sore, aching muscles. Now, you won't be able to enjoy yourself if you're not feeling your best, and that's where Alka-Seltzer comes in. Yes, sir, when you have Alka-Seltzer handy, real relief can be yours in no time at all. So see your druggist before your weekend begins and get a package of Real Relief Alka-Seltzer tablets. That's the Alka-Seltzer way to be prepared in case you overdo during your weekend fun. Dull, dreary headaches or sore, aching muscles need not keep you down when you have Alka-Seltzer. And remember, when your tablets get down to 4, that's the time to buy some more.
The Jack Benny Program. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, so round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw. LSMFT, LSMFT, LSMFT. Of course. Right you are. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, so round, so firm, so fully packed,
so free and easy on the draw. For real deep-down smoking enjoyment, you want a cigarette made of fine tobacco. For certainly it takes fine tobacco to make a fine cigarette.
And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Yes, first, last, and always, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Sold American.
So for real deep-down smoking enjoyment, smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last Thursday was Thanksgiving. So let's turn back the clock and show you how Jack Benny and his gang spent the day. Our scene opens in Jack's home in Beverly Hills, and at the moment, Rochester is straightening up the house.
Night and day, I am the one. Thanksgiving comes and goes, but I'm never done.
Rochester.
I'm working all the time. I'm nothing but a one-man assembly line. Night and day.
Rochester.
Day and night.
Paul Robeson.
Yes, Mr. Benny.
You're always singing, always singing.
Well, I'm happy, boss. Here it is Thanksgiving, and I'm glad I wasn't born a turkey.
Oh, you wouldn't like that, huh?
No, I couldn't stand being in an oven all undressed and people peeping in at me.
Oh.
And when you ain't got no head, you can't blush.
Rochester, stop being so silly. You know, I'm going to Miss Livingston's house for a Thanksgiving party, so help me get dressed.
Okay, boss. But if I were you, I'd change my mind about wearing that old tuxedo.
Why? What'd you do to it?
Oh, it's nothing I did, boss. But when I went to get it, the closet was full of moths.
Moths? Oh, my goodness. Were they eating my tuxedo?
Eating it? They didn't even look up when I came in.
Well, maybe it won't show. What part did they eat?
Well, to put it geographically, the South ain't solid anymore.
Oh, it can't be that bad. Now go get my dress shoes.
I ain't going back in that closet again. They warned me.
Warned you?
Those moths are tough.
What?
When I reached for your tuxedo, they grabbed the fountain pen out of the pocket, unscrewed the cap, put it up to their shoulder like a bazooka, and squirted ink in my face.
Squirted ink in your face?
You have to take my word for it, boy.
Rochester, why is it that every time I get dressed, I have to go through all of... Come in.
Remember me? I'm Herman Peabody, the insurance salesman.
Oh, hello. Hello, Herman.
I just dropped by to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thanks. Thanks, Herman. Come on in.
Oh, I'd like to, but this leash won't reach any farther.
Oh, you've got your dog with you?
Oh, my turkey. I'm taking it out for a walk.
Herman, you're taking your turkey out for a walk on Thanksgiving?
It was his last request.
Oh.
On the way over here, I put the turkey on a penny weighing machine, and a little card came out.
What did it say?
It said, you weigh 32 pounds, have good character, make friends easily, but you have a tendency to lose your head.
Now, wait a minute, Herman. Have you been celebrating Thanksgiving?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. Well, goodbye, Herman. Have a nice dinner.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Benny. Come on, Dolores.
You're a peculiar sort of a fella. Here, Rochester, before I put my coat on, you better fix my bow tie.
Yes, sir. Lift your chin up a little.
Someday I'm going to learn how to tie a bow myself, and I won't... Rochester, don't just stand there holding it. Tie it.
I'm waiting for your Adam's apple to clear the runway.
Rochester, this is no time for jokes, so hurry up with my bow tie.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Tie it below my Adam's apple.
But, boss, last time you went to a party, I tied it above your Adam's apple.
I know. Every time I swallowed, I pulled my shirt tail out. So this time, tie it
There's the phone.
I'll get it. Mr. Benny's residence, star, stage, screen, radio, and we'll sit with children 50 cents extra.
Rochester, just answer the phone and don't...
Hello, Rochester. This is Miss Livingston. Is Mr. Benny there?
Yes, Miss Livingston. Just a minute. It's for you, boss.
Hello?
Jack, what's taking you so long? Everybody's here but you.
Well, Mary, I've got a little surprise for you. I'm going to dress formal tonight.
Formal?
Yes.
What are you going to do, wear your black toupee?
No, I'm wearing my tuxedo.
Oh, Jack, that faded old thing is so green and splotchy.
It is not.
It is, too. The last time you wore it, you looked like a Jap sniper.
I'm going to wear it anyway, and I'll be over in a few minutes.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah?
I hate to ask you this, but, well, I've worked hard making this dinner for the whole gang, so I thought maybe you'd stop over at the florist and bring me some flowers.
Okay, Mary, I'll bring you half a dozen roses.
Only a half a dozen? But, Jack, they don't cost much.
Well, no, the roses alone don't, Mary, but you're going to the expense of the entire dinner. Why should you spend any more? After all, you're doing enough.
Jack, I meant for you to buy the roses.
Oh. Well, Mary, you didn't have to beat around the bush. Why didn't you come right out and say so? Of course I'll bring them. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Of all the cheap guys I ever...
What did you say, Mary?
This isn't Mary. This is the operator.
Well, you're not supposed to be listening in. Smart aleck operator. Oh, say, Rochester, I think it'd be a good idea if you came along with me. Miss Livingston might need some more help.
I'd like to, but you know every Thanksgiving I go to a party on Central Avenue.
Oh, yes, that's right.
We fill up on plum pudding and brandy sauce. Mm-hmm.
Say, that sounds good, huh? Plum pudding and brandy sauce.
Yes, sir. And this year it's going to be better than ever.
Why?
We couldn't get any plum pudding.
Oh, well, you go right ahead, Rochester, and have a good time. I better be running along, too. How do I look? Am I okay?
You look neat, boss. But do you have to wear all those elf shoes at the same time?
Certainly, Rochester. I belong to 8 different lodges. Anyway, what's wrong with it?
Nothing, but you've got the only vest in town that smiles at you.
Well, you know me. I always like to put up a happy front. So long, Rochester. So long, kid.
Get here.
Come on, Phil, play us another one.
Yeah, get hot.
Swing it. Say, Phil, that's a swell idea, bringing your whole band over here to Mary's house.
Yeah, wasn't it, Mary?
Phil, I don't mind your band being here, but your boys have got a lot of nerve putting one of my best dishes on the piano for an ashtray.
That ain't no ashtray, that's for tips.
Tips? What a gang.
Say, Mary, when are we going to eat? I'm hungry.
Me too, Miss Livingston.
Now, take it easy, fellas. We'll eat as soon as Jack gets here. Meanwhile, let's have some fun.
Okay, let's have some more music. Hit it, George.
Hey,
Let's
wait
play
a
some.
minute, Phil. Can I play the drums?
Sure, go ahead. Beat it out, Don. Come on, George. Hit it out there. Play it, Donald. Yeah, Donald. Hey, Don, look out. Look out, Don.
John, take that symbol off your head. You look like dragon seed. And, fellas, don't break up the house. I've got to go out in the kitchen and see how my new maid is doing.
Okay, Mary. Hurry back, huh?
I will.
Okay, George, hit it.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Oh, Pauline, as soon as Mr. Benny gets here, we'll have dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll put the turkey on the serving tray, and you go in the dining room and set the table.
Oh, I've already done that, Miss Livingston, and I hope you like it. I put the butter right in the center, and around it I put the salt shakers.
You put the salt shakers around the butter?
And around the salt shakers I put the pepper shakers, and around the pepper shakers I put the cream pitchers, and around the cream pitchers I put the sugar bowls.
Well, Pauline, why did you do all that?
Well, we can't stop them from using the butter, but I figured we can slow them down a little.
Well, that was thoughtful of you, Pauline, but I'll rearrange the table later.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, you better help me. I've been having trouble with the cranberry sauce.
What's the matter? Can't you get the berries to cram?
Pauline, you don't cranberries, you mash them.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Livingston. I don't know much about cooking, but if I did, it would probably help me to get a boyfriend who's interested in marriage. Like my girlfriend who wanted to get married, so she went to school to learn how to cook. Then after she learned how to cook, she met the cutest fella, and they were married. And after they were married, she found out he was a chef, so it really doesn't make any difference, does it?
No, I guess it doesn't. Anyway, let's...
Oh, say, Mary, I just thought about something.
Just a minute, Phil. I'm talking to my maid.
Well. Get a load of them legs.
Phil!
I'm looking at the turkey.
Oh.
Anyway, Livy, when the food's all ready, let me know and I'll help you serve it.
Thanks, but it won't be necessary, Phil. I've hired a butler for the day.
Okay. I'd sure love to see that turkey in a bathing suit.
Phil, get out of here.
Say, he's cute, isn't he?
Yeah. Now, Pauline, you mash the potatoes while I get the ice cubes out of it.
Oh, there's the door.
Oh, that's all right, Pauline. I'll get it. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing. Oh, hello, Jack. Come on in.
Hello, Mary. So nice, I thought I'd walk over. Isn't it a bright, sunny day?
Yeah. Here, I'll take your parasol.
Thanks, and help me off with my overcoat, will you?
Okay. Now hand me your hat.
Here. And here's my muffler. And my gloves. Now hold my coat while I take off my sweater, will you?
Okay.
There you are.
You want a refill on your hot water bottle?
Well, you can kid if you want to, but this is the season for cold. You know, Mary, funny thing just happened. As many times I've been over here, today I walked right by your house and had to come back.
I don't doubt it. Once you get all those clothes moving, it's hard to stop them.
Yeah. Is everybody here?
Sure, they're in the living room. Let's go in.
Okay.
Say, Jack, how about the flowers?
They said they'd send them over. They'll probably be here pretty soon. Hiya, fellas.
Hiya, Jackson.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello, Jack. Can it be the breeze of the
All right, boys, all right. I get it. Well, fellas, you having fun?
Oh, I'll say we are. Say, Jackson, who do you think I ran into last night?
Who, Phil?
Your old girlfriend, Gladys Zabisco.
Really? How is Gladys?
Oh, fine. And you know, Jackson, she looks a lot better. She had an operation on her nose.
Her nose? Why, her nose was straight. What did she have done?
She had it moved to the middle of her face.
Now put that out. Anyway, hey, where are we going to eat?
Yeah, I'm hungry, Mary.
Pretty soon. Say, Larry, while we're waiting, how about singing us a song?
Yeah, come on, Larry. How about it, huh?
Sure, kid. Go ahead, will you?
Okay.
Oh, there's the door.
I'll get it, Mary. Hold the song till I come back, will you, kid? Yum bum 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 dee dum 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 dee dum 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 sweet Georgia Brown dum 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 dum. Yes.
How do you do? Is this Miss Livingston's residence?
Yes, it is.
Well, Miss Livingston is expecting me for Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, come right in. You got here just in time. The fun's just started.
How nice.
Now, let me take your hat.
Thank you.
Your coat.
Thank you.
Now, follow me. Hey, kid! Oh, pardon me. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Jack Benny.
How do you do? I'm the new butler.
Hey, kid! What? The butler?
Yes. Are you the downstairs man?
I happen to be a guest here. If you're the butler, the kitchen's right through that door.
Thank you, sir.
Jack, who was that at the door?
Nobody.
Well, whose coat and hat are you carrying?
Who's Holton Cat? Oh, darn, it's your butler, and he just came in. All right, laugh. I know how to keep help. Go ahead and sing, Larry. Go ahead.
Because to tell you the truth, I'll be lonely. I don't mind being lonely when my heart tells me you are lonely too. I'll walk alone. They'll ask me why, and I'll tell them I'd rather. There are dreams I must gather, dreams we fashioned the night you held me tight. I'll always be near you wherever you are each night. In every prayer, if you call, I'll hear you, no matter how far. Just close your eyes and I'll be there. Please walk alone and send your love and your kisses to guide me till you're walking beside me.
Very good. That was great, Larry.
Hey, fellas. Everybody in the dining room. Dinner's on the table.
Oh, boy. Let's go. Hey, kids. Kids, wait a minute. Let's all march in. You know, conga line.
Okay.
Da 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 da. Boom. Da 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 da. Boom. Da 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 da. Boom. Don, if you can't control it, don't swing it. For heaven's sake.
Oh, Jack, you and your ideas. Now, come on in, fellas. The dinner will get cold.
Okay, let's go.
Jack, bring in an extra chair.
Okay, I'll be with you in a minute. Hey, look what's in this dish here on top of the piano. Well.
Hey, get your hands out of there, Jackson. That's for the boys.
Oh.
Jack!
How in the world could she see from the other room? Mary, I'll bring the straight back chair in here.
Okay.
Hey, where do you want me to sit, Mary?
Right there. Your name's on the place card.
Well, place cards and everything. How does Phil know where to sit down? He can't read.
I put his picture on the plate.
Oh.
That's all your fault, Jackson. You got people thinking I can't read.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see you write your name.
Don't change the subject. I'm talking about reading.
I thought so.
Jack, will you please sit down and carve the turkey?
Okay.
Boy, just the size of it.
You know, Jack, that's a bigger one than we had at your house last Thanksgiving.
Oh, I don't know. My turkey was pretty big.
Go on, I've seen more meat on Sinatra.
I don't know about that. Hey, Larry, what do you want, white meat or dark meat?
White meat, please.
Don?
I'll have some dark meat. Say, Mary, did you stuff this turkey yourself?
Yes, why?
Well, it's so round, so firm, so fully packed. Oh, Harris, you're so spontaneous, and you haven't had a drink all day.
You know, that doesn't apply to turkeys. That's Lucky Strike cigarettes.
I know. Hey, kids, pass the sauce.
The sauce?
Yes, with men who know Tabasco best, I'll take it 2-1. Oh, Harris, just like a pilgrim, you're making progress, you boy.
Oh, brother.
Now, Phil, cut that out. The correct saying is, with men who know tobacco best, it's Lucky's 2-1.
John, Phil's only kidding. Can't you see we've got Lucky Strike cigarettes on the table?
Well, then let's hurry up with the dinner and get at 'em.
All right.
Oh, Miss Livingston, shall I serve the hot biscuits now?
Yes, Carl.
Very well, madam. There.
Carl, don't throw the biscuits.
Yeah.
Why don't you stand closer to the table?
I've been watching these people eat, and I don't want to get any on me.
What?
And that old man with the carving knife scares me to death.
Now, wait a minute.
I know your type. Those blue eyes aren't fooling me a bit.
You're just mad because my tuxedo is better than yours.
Now, Carl, your job is just to serve the food and not to antagonize the guests.
Yes, madam.
Hey, Jackson, how about making a speech? Come on, huh? Come on, make a speech for us.
Go ahead, Jack. Say something. This is the first time we've all had dinner together in a long time.
Okay. Well, kids, it's sure nice for all of us to be gathered here on Thanksgiving. I know that during the year we've had our little differences and a few arguments, but this is a day to forget all that and cement our friendship so that it's stronger than ever.
Here.
Thank you. And now... If we'll just forget our little differences.
But, Jack, we've never had any real arguments.
Of course not, Jackson.
Oh, I was just thinking about little things like last week when Don and I had that argument about what naval hero said, "Don't give up the ship." Now, Don found out he was wrong, and I'm not going to rub it in. It's all over. So if we'll just...
Wait a minute, Jack. I wasn't wrong.
So if we'll just
It was Captain James Lawrence who said, "Don't give up the ship."
No, Don. It was John Paul Jones. So if we'll
Jack,
just...
I still insist you're wrong. It was Captain James Lawrence.
Don Wilson, you can argue till you're blue in the face. It was John Paul Jones. And I'm going to prove it.
Jack, put down that carving knife.
Oh, pardon me. Beast. Now, Don, this is Thanksgiving, so let's forget it. You think it was Captain James Lawrence, but I know it was John Paul Jones.
Say, Jackson, wasn't he on our program about 5 weeks ago?
That was John Charles Thomas. Now, Don, take my word for it. I know what I'm talking about.
Well, so do I. It was Captain James Lawrence.
It was John Paul Jones.
Oh, for heaven's sake, cut it out. Carl, serve the dessert, will you please?
I will if those two gentlemen don't get off the table.
I will if he will.
I'll have some more of that white meat.
That's my leg. Now, Don Wilson, I think it's awful for you to come here on Thanksgiving, accept Mary's hospitality, and start a big argument like this.
I didn't start the argument. You did. And any schoolboy knows that Captain James Lawrence said, "Don't give up the ship."
Well, every schoolboy knows that it was John Paul Jones. And you're just being stubborn about it, that's all.
Yes, for goodness sake, finish the speech you started.
I'll do it if everybody will shut up. Now, as I was saying, we're gathered here on Thanksgiving Day in a spirit of friendship. A word that in itself represents that binding tie between all people. Let's try, friends. Let's try to keep the feeling that is so prevalent on this day throughout the entire year. So whenever you feel discouraged, just think of those famous words of John Paul Jones. Don't give up the fight.
Jack will be back in just a minute. But first, here are my good friends, L.A. Speed Riggs and Kenneth Delmar.
If you were present at the auctions down south, you could see Lucky Strike consistently select and buy the finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. Remember that the next time you buy cigarettes. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, so round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
The famous tobacco auctioneers are on tonight's program are Mr. L.A. Speed Riggs of Goldsboro, North Carolina, and Mr. F.E. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky.
At 44, sold American.
And this is Basil Rysdale speaking for Lucky Strike. LSMFT, LSMFT, LSMFT.
A friendly suggestion. For your own greater enjoyment, smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Say, Mary, I enjoyed your Thanksgiving dinner very much, but I wish Don wouldn't be so stubborn. After all, when a man's wrong, why doesn't he give in?
But Jack, Don is right. It wasn't John Paul Jones. It was Captain James Lawrence who said, don't give up the ship.
Mary, Captain James Lawrence said, I do not choose to run.
He did not.
Then who said it?
One of Crosby's horses.
All right. Well, I'm not going to argue. I got to go over to Joe E. Brown's program and congratulate him on his 44th anniversary. I don't have to. I want to go. There's the door. I can't give you anything but love, baby. Flowers from Miss Livingston.
Flowers?
Oh, yes, Mary. Don't you remember I stopped off at the florist?
Oh, yes. Well, boy, what took you so long? Why didn't you bring the flowers sooner?
I couldn't. Mr. Benny only ordered the seeds. Well, I wanted them to be nice and fresh. Good night, folks.
Broadcasting Company. KFI, Los Angeles, Earl C. Anthony Incorporated. Flamingo Nail Polish, the exquisitely beautiful nail polish that well-groomed women use. Flamingo is long-lasting, resists chipping and peeling, and comes in thrilling shades. Buy Flamingo, 25 cents plus tax.